Alright, we are live, folks. Welcome to another Old Ways of Spero. We got 11 casts. Jeremy just making it right on time. Fashionable as always. I will introduce the cast. I am Benito, the DM, and I have 7 players tonight. We are missing Mark, unless he pops in a little bit later, but Stephanie will also be late for us, our lovely Balin. But we will start the roll call off with the lovely Jen.
Hello, I am Jen. Tonight, I am playing Lady Carowin Cadell. Yep, that's where she's at.
Where she's at. Alright, Matt.
I'm Matthew. I'm playing Paul Sadoon, the town's constable, and local general Andy Griffith type.
Andy Griffith type. Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler. Playing Tyros Roanoke, the adjective druid.
Alright. Art.
Art. I'm playing Ash Expedigo, Priest of Frost, and yeah, that's it.
Wow, we're pretty short and quick tonight. Nate.
I'm Nate. I play Ian Spire, the lazy bard.
Classic. Leonika.
I am Leonika of Tabletop Journeys, and I am playing M. Chalet, member of the Fox of Wellshire.
And finish off Jeremy.
I am Jeremy. I'm playing Yajiro Erinki. I'm the tailor of the town, and also a paladin of the Raven Queen.
Alright. Well, those are wonderful heroes of Wellshire who are very simple tonight. But we'll see how things will go. But a lot has happened. So recall, our heroes have returned from Greyheim. A unit of knights to help them along, as well as some bloodlines, as well as now figure out that the beast had also lit up, finding out to be a minotaur, and 2 tunnels had opened up under the Cadell estate, and it took both parties to split up to find out where it was coming from. And the group that encountered the black Zodiac Minotaur really got roughed up pretty bad, and that kind of set a little things off from to our adjective druid. Hopefully things have gotten a little mesh and mending of our friendships. But we also lost a friend of the party, Larkin, and it kind of really messed Balin up a bit. So Yajiro was able to talk to her and kind of influence the Raven Queen in her beliefs, and that somehow brought Larkin back to life. So the heroes of Wellshire, finding that there is a goddess who's interested in the town, its people, its heroes, and seeming to willingly defy the realm of dead with them. Not everything has been quite resolved yet, but I think we could get some more into that as we play along, and see how Wellshire continues to develop under these mysterious events. So, with all that going on, we'll say a few hours have definitely passed by. And a lot of that will be for you, Tyros, to have heard that the tailor, in his connections to some mysterious voice in his head, can return the dead to life.
Oh yeah. About Britt
Yes.
and Yajiro with the Raven Queen. What about it?
Would you wish to entertain thoughts that you were trying to do previous and find out or explore how that was possible?
I think it's probably been too long now, right? Maybe we let Britt rest.
It's really been a day for you guys. Just about a day.
I thought she was several days dead.
She's been several days dead, yeah, but I mean, with a lot of going on. But again, you don't really know how he did it in the first place. No one really knows how he did it in the first place. That's the real rumor that is buzzing around Wellshire right now.
Well, Ben, before we go this far forward, at the end of the last session, when Falsa was going down to the basement, you indicated one of the tunnels is closed. Did
Yes.
both close?
Well, we'll get to you guys pretty much right there. There's still a few people outside the town, and I'll get into those in a minute.
So we're gonna swing back the 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours.
Yes, like it's giving him time to kind of catch up to that. Like I was playing a couple of you guys split up because you're all around the town. I do want to give this guideline a little bit of fluffing up, I should say, to the story, as we also deal with the fact that the tunnel has disappeared. So
Right,
you're,
because Falsa was still
yeah,
gone
you're,
down the other
you
tunnel.
guys are still there, with Mark, Carowin arriving, and Nate is down there as well. So we'll get to those people there. But this is just Tyros wandering around Wellshire right now.
Mhm.
So is that something you wish to explore or not?
I think I'll have to leave that be and
Okay.
just keep wandering Wellshire, looking for somebody, trying to find some kind of enchanter, or also looking for a library.
Well, the only library of books that you knew would be in the estate, the Cadell Estate House. There is no. So this is your map of Wellshire, and there is no library. It's a very small town. Yeah, the temple itself, the temple of the gods may have some knowledge. So there'd be another, but you're talking probably small libraries.
I misplaced my map. I thought when we left off, I had been heading to the nearby town.
This is the town of Wellshire, but you were looking for someone to enchant the horns. But this is not information that you know a lot of, because remember, you don't live here until now. So you don't have a lot of connection points. Other players might have better resources than you.
Probably not a good idea to just go to a nearby town and start wandering into shops either, like Breckenvale.
Well, you're at war with Breckenvale,
Yeah, or
and everything else would be
And
pretty.
Alfred died.
Would be a pretty big distance. Yeah, Breckenvale is the one that killed your girl.
And,
then
and
Well, and off.
as well as that town is fairly far away. It's not like a few hours away. It's days away.
yeah, how many days ride to Greyheim?
About
Longer
a
than
couple
that.
weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, we just came from there.
Yeah.
I'll let you stew.
All right.
All right. So we got back to the estate. We don't have Mark here, but Dulce, so Starlock will now be run by me, more or less. You have gone down to the basement. Ian, you are there as well. And the guards there, and the smiths and stuff that were meant to work on the door, kind of start setting up shop because they don't know the difference. But one of the doors or whole tunnels, is just gone.
Which tunnel was that? Was that the one the Minotaur group went down, or the other one?
It is the Minotaur one is gone.
Okay. So that one just like completely vanished, as far as we can tell.
Give me a perception check.
$14.
Yeah, you are looking, and Starlock is a little right behind you. It's like it never existed. You don't see anything of Mordor being slapped onto it, no frame building on it. Like, you don't see anything that would be indication of indentations. It's definitely not moving to any pressed secret door type of thing. as best you can tell, it is a basement wall that has been a foundation structure for 20 years.
Well, ain't that interesting?
Yeah, that's weird.
Starlock will begin casting spells and doing his investigation, so he's now preoccupied with trying to solve where that went.
So direction-wise, where does this tunnel that is still open? What direction does it go in relation to the town and in the house?
You would think this one would go west.
So towards Greyheim?
No, toward Breckenvale. Greyheim's north.
Well, northwest, but yeah, but isn't Breckenvale to the east?
No, Breckenvale's west. I guess we
Breckenvale's
need a map.
closer to Greyheim than we are? I thought we were a trade route through to
Oh no.
Breckenvale.
And that means the other tunnel was going more towards the east, or?
Alright. So, this down here is Wellshire. That's Breckenvale right there. So Greyheim is up here.
Oh, I thought our orientation was different. Okay. So we're actually going to be cut off from Greyheim by Breckenvale.
Correct.
I thought the orientation was different too. I thought Greyheim was more to the east.
Yep.
Yeah, for some reason I was thinking it went Greyheim to us, then over to Breckenvale, kind of in trade route type of.
I'll say old Alanis players will know this. The Kazgoroth Greyheim line has been pretty much the same for over 20 years. Because it's gone Kazgoroth, Greyheim to Karathrog, and now it's Celadalrum.
Did we determine if we're actually at war with all of Breckenvale?
Well,
Or-
that's something to be fully decided on. Just remember that they did jump you on the trail, the road back. However, they suffered, and if you look at it militarily wise, they suffered catastrophic casualties. You wiped out the entire troop, more or less. You lost 2 people, so
Yeah.
they
I
they
feel
really
like
got the bad
now's
end of
the
it.
time
Right.
For Lady Carolyn to go put her boot on their neck and be like, "All right, you need to submit."
Push down
Yep.
until her boot reaches dirt.
Well, we need some. That's true. We could just put somebody in charge of that town that we respect, or get Greyheim to put somebody in charge of that town that we respect.
They sent spies to our town. They have tried to kill the lady of our town. They have kidnapped my parents and sold them into torture and torment, and sent armies to kill each and every one of us. We are at war with any who holds faith with them from now until those who hold faith with them are done.
But Sir Murray is handling that right now.
No.
Is it? Okay.
All right. Well, to the workers. All right. If you get to work, framing up this door, get it all set up. I gotta see where this leads. I'll check this out while you start taking your measurements.
Okay. So you're going down?
I'm gonna go down the tunnel. Yeah, since it heads towards Breckenridge, I can't leave it wide open as a way into the mansion from.
Did you take a
outside
couple
the
of
town.
people with you, or no?
Nope.
Just you?
Yeah, because
Okay.
it's the whole stealthy thing. Gotta.
Are you bringing a light?
I have. I think I have candles.
Hey, Thulsa, just a heads up, Carowin forbids you from going into that tunnel.
And you know this how?
Magic?
What kind of magic?
Communication magic from me to her.
And so you're telling me she forbids me to do this?
I'm gonna cast message at him in my head and say yes.
And I punch him again. You start whirling your fingers around me, I'm gonna punch you again.
I didn't kill Junior.
Did you cast magic on him?
I was trying to help him.
Did I let you wiggle your fingers and you cast magic on him?
No, you actually stopped me, and he still died.
No, I don't believe I did, because you read his mind and read his thoughts, and then he died.
Yes, that did happen.
Yep. But
So
you're
you
telling
think I
me
killed
that
him?
you cast magic on him and he died.
So you think I killed him, even though Mshale was right next to him?
I put you in jail for it.
Okay.
So you're telling me Lady Carowin threw you some wiggly finger magic thing. He has forbidden me from doing my job.
Yes.
Alright, you use your little wiggly finger magic thing and you tell her I resign, and I expect my final paycheck that I haven't received in several months now. Me delivered to my family ranch.
Okay.
Turn to Starlock and, sir, just like you said, it's all yours. And I'll walk out.
Okay.
Like out, or through the tunnel out?
No, I've been forbidden. I'm walking out.
Alright. After about 10-15 minutes, Carowin, you will arrive at the mansion. So Ian and Starlock are down in the basement, investigating now the one tunnel. Or preventing the other tunnel from being opened.
There was two, right?
Yes. We were sure of it. But now, this seems to be as the same earth and foundation that was always here as since your estate has been built. I am detecting no other magical residue.
Okay. What's the likelihood of that one being gone?
If the land is doing its own changing as we predicted before, it could go away, or two more new ones could open up.
So that gate, it really isn't going to do a whole hell of a lot of good, is it?
If the tunnel remains, it will.
There's an if in the front of that.
Yes.
Who's to stop the tunnel from just shifting the door 5 feet to the left or right around
Or
the
the
gate?
tunnel itself.
Yeah.
Under my understanding, the Dread Realm is workable in its own designs and malutations to the Lord of the Realm, and as it is. But this Zodiac configuration has some oddity I've never seen before. It will take time to study.
So.
But some preventive maintenance is better than none.
I 100% agree. If, and here's the if I have the materials, we have the materials available, should we build a similar structure just inside the walls all the way around this room?
If we can have the materials, I don't see why not. But I will say there's only one other element that would distress me, is this land is also known for its fog. And that can go by any physical barriers.
And I think I remember one of the things being the Tempest and the Maelstrom. Both of those are weather. Yay.
Your major priest is that of Cross. He is the Watcher. I would have him get his best elements of his caste, people he has faith and trust in, without eyes and ears, to report anything happening. That is probably our best defense at this moment.
That there's a great idea. So okay, that was problem number 1 that I first saw. Problem number 2, where's Thulsa? Did he go down?
I think your bard can explain that one.
No, I told him what you replied to me, and he resigned.
Resigned.
Completely. He expects you to pay him, plus back pay him for the last few months. And he said deliver to his family farm.
Okay. Okay. Great. I feel like I've only been gone 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Did you find the lantern?
No, I haven't gone to get it. It's still where I left it.
Okay. I suppose I oughta... I mean, I still haven't called the town together to tell them what's been going on. We haven't had that opportunity. Everything keeps happening every time I do. I try to. And I really should go talk to Thulsa. How long ago did he leave?
Probably a few minutes before you got here.
Okay. I'm gonna try and track him down. Anything else I should know about?
Not right now. Unless you want to know what the stuff is on the table in your dining room.
In my dining room? It's not dinner? What's on my table?
Couple weapons and armor that we found when we killed the beast.
You guys had the other... I still haven't heard exactly what happened there other than you guys getting all... You guys look bad. What did you guys fight?
Still a minotaur.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
The 3 of us that stayed. One of them ran away.
What? Who? Why?
I don't know.
Fear spell?
The Minotaur showed up and Tyros ran down a tunnel. I think he got scared.
Okay. And is it okay? I'm just gonna lantern priority. Then could you clean my dining room? I bet that's not. I don't want Cook to be. You haven't heard Cook get mad. If we try to serve dinner to anybody on that, and Cook's just gonna blow her gasket. I don't want to be involved in that. Please and thank you.
Yeah, not a problem. I will clean up.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna go try and find Tyros and see. Not Tyros. I'm sorry, Tulsa. Too many T's in this town. I'm gonna try and find Tulsa and see if I can patch things up.
All right, Charlotte. What are you doing?
When last we left, I believe I was pretty much unengaged with anything. So I think at this point I will clean up, check my equipment, all of that, basically be ready for orders. What time of day is it?
Probably say about 4 now.
Okay. I will touch base with the remainder of the foxes and just kind of regroup and see where we're at, because obviously we are very limited. We may have to try to see if there's anyone that we can bring on and assist. So we obviously can't go in groups, but if there's anybody that we can identify that could go with us, even if it's kind of like sniper and spotter type role, like as long as they stand to protect us, so that the fox can be focused on perimeter, things like that. And then there should always be one pair of those down. So obviously that's not going to happen all at once, but basically set that up and everybody should be able to pick their own spotter so that they are comfortable with the person that they're with.
The spotters are for which people?
Each fox that remains should have at least one spotter. And they're not actually spotting anything. It's more like they're the bodyguard for the fox.
Where are the spotters coming from then?
They are the foxes.
A fox, and then again a spotter and a spotter for another fox. Is that what you're saying?
So there are, if I'm correct, there's 3 foxes left other than myself.
You could be right.
So
yes,
I am
there are
sure
3 of
very
you.
limited. Right. So there's 3 foxes.
Yep.
Each of them needs a bodyguard. Because 4 people, including me, especially if I'm going to be doing other stuff, cannot do the fox's job by themselves. So what we have to do is find people that eventually could become foxes. Each of them would basically be the bodyguard for each fox. So they each get to recruit one person to go with them.
Okay.
So they're going to do their job. They've got one person who's basically close security and can learn from them as they're going while we're actively protecting the town.
Okay, my question more or less to you would be, the foxes are made up of your settled clan members. So
Correct.
these are all the ones that are of age who are now there.
Correct.
So there are no other candidates unless you look
So-
elsewhere.
Right, and that's my thing. We don't have any other candidates from our settled group, so
Okay.
we're going to have to go into the town. Basically, people they might know, people they feel have a relationship with that they feel that they can trust. They may not be people I know necessarily. That's why I want each fox to have somebody that they're comfortable with. My plan is once they find somebody to, at least in the immediate, be with them, then I will get to know them. But basically, we have to get started on this now because we're behind the curve. We
Okay.
used to have 12, and we're down to 3. We got to get something going before there's none.
Okay. All right. And what are you doing? Besides,
I will
you're just gonna be. You told them that.
Yeah, I basically will go to each of them, tell them that, and then my goal is one group of those will always be resting while the other groups are kind of doing their jobs, because we can't all be out and not resting, because then no one's going to do a good job. Basically, there's going to be 3 shifts, and there's going to be 2 up on a rotation, so that basically everybody's doing a double duty and then taking a long rest.
Okay.
Each group will do that.
Yujiro, what are you
I'm,
doing?
I'm basically setting it all up, so I won't be doing much as far as. It's more like a downtime thing for me. It's kind of like talking to everybody and getting all that set up, unless there's a scene that you want me to do with them.
Okay, that's fair. Yujiro, what are you doing?
Not entirely sure at the moment. I don't think I have anything specific to be preparing as far as tailor work. I probably am looking into the displacer hide and seeing if that can be turned into something.
I mean, it's possible, but you're not really. These are not really things that the town is known for. You only know of now 2 wizards in your place. Hello, Stephanie.
Hello.
But nothing specific really.
Okay.
Keeping an eye on the runes in the keep, or manor rather.
Okay. I say you could, if you wanted to, at least prepare the cloak. If an enchantment or so could be then placed on it, you could stylize it at least.
Okay.
Why don't you give me, I don't know, what kind of skill check do you want to use to craft it?
Maybe performance?
Sure, why not?
Uh, 13.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it is good. It is a little difficult material, obviously, from what the beast is made of. So maybe that's where a little bit of your perfection is a little off, because it has some natural qualities to it that you're struggling with stitchwork. But other than that, though, it still looks good. You definitely have it so it's particularly well and will be ready. But that is something you're definitely doing for a few hours. Ash, what are you doing?
So, I would ask one of the other priests in the temple to, well, unless they have already notified Rick's family of her passing, we have her body and we'll prepare it for burning, so
Okay.
I'm sure that's the final thing. So I'd ask one of them to go, make the arrangements. How much time do I have? How much should I want to do?
Well, do what's the first thing you want to do, because right now I'm just kind of like playing along with events of certain people.
I would first thing I'd do is check in with all the elves and the centaurs from the summer court and see how they're doing and that they're being integrated and everything. Just check in, basically.
Yeah, they seem to be fine. They're just on standby because no one's using them. Sir Murray didn't really know what they were overall, and sort of still has some distrust. So
then that would be the next thing I would do, is to bring probably Fire Touch to Sir Murray and apologize for the lack of introduction, but we didn't have time, and try to put them together on the same page.
So Murray will not be as easily to grab, so this will be most of your time frame on. He's out about several miles outside of the western side of town. They're kind of like setting up defenses because they have heard about the attack from Breckenvale, and they're ready to
That's fine.
engage.
I'm sure he left an aide behind, though, right?
Yep.
So literally set up an appointment.
Okay, will do. All right. Balin. So people are just kind of catching up. Everyone's still at the same time frame of events that happen. You can remain with Larkin for a little while, unless there's something else you want to make sure everybody else is doing, or how you want to assist, or whatever.
I would still be with Larkin and Mr. Farrington after his crazy ordeal.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, Carolyn, you will be able to catch up with Thulsa. I'm sure he is now settled into his house.
Tulsa, wait. Okay, in his house. Then I'm going to politely knock on the door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Knock on the door again.
Not answering?
I'll mosey on over to my door.
Okay.
Thulsa, we haven't had a chance to talk
Don't need
since.
to.
Okay. You
What can I do
don't
for you?
even want to catch me up on anything I missed while we were gone.
What do you need to be caught up on?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Well, you should check with your folks, and your people, and see.
Well, we were all gone. That's. You were here in town. That's what I'm asking. We were gone for what? A couple of weeks.
Yep, sure were. I wasn't allowed to do nothing, so I don't have much in the way of news. A couple people were arrested.
Such as?
Oh, a couple of the militia. Because, they were, well, may have been spies. Might be spies.
Do you
No,
believe
no,
that?
I wasn't included in the investigation.
Okay.
Just asked to arrest him. No evidence was presented, but Sir Murray seems like a good guy, so kind of trust his judgment. I had my eye on one of them for sure.
Okay. Did he ask you for evidence?
Nope.
So you were kind of cut out.
Yeah, I was basically under house arrest for a couple weeks.
Okay. Did anything unusual happen?
No, it's pretty quiet while you weren't here.
Okay.
Sigil started to fill in. Seemed like you were just outside of town.
Who? A sigil started to fill in. Oh, the last one, the beast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But then you arrived. Put it down.
Yes. That was. I mean, on one hand, I say luckily I wasn't the one who dealt with the actual beast. I had to deal with a different beast. That was not fun for any of us. Ian told me what happened down there a little bit ago.
Well, that's good. Told him to pass on the message since she was your messenger.
Are you not at all curious as to why I said I didn't want you going down there?
Nope.
Why did you want to go down there?
It's my job. Well, it was my job.
Did it? So, do you have an issue with me?
Yep.
You want to clear the air?
No air to clear. You're a noble.
Who prefers to have the respect of those that she respects? I try not to demand anything.
Oh, you don't demand anything, do you? You just forbid.
So, like I said, you even at all curious as to why I would have forbidden you to go down there?
Nope.
Did you not see the way that half of us looked when we came out of there? I don't want another death on my hands. If I didn't keep you from going down there, you probably would not have come back out.
Why? You killed everything down there, right?
We don't know.
Well, right, you don't know. So the Breckenridge Army could be marching right through that tunnel into your family's basement, and you're not gonna know because you forbid anybody from going down there.
On the advice of Starlock and several others,
Yep, sure.
the land's doing what it's doing, and we have no prediction. I doubt that the army's going to come that direction, but I mean,
Wow, the tunnel goes right towards Breckenridge.
I imagine that if the army was coming through there, they'd have to get through displacer beasts and minotaurs and gods know what else, because that's what we dealt with down there.
Or they put them there.
I doubt they put them there, but that's a theory that we can bring up to Starlock.
You can do whatever you like.
I said we.
There ain't no we. I quit.
What if I don't let you quit?
You ain't got no choice. You may be a noble. You may be in charge of the town, but you ain't in charge of me.
That's true. And I would much prefer that you helped willingly.
I'm gonna help. I'm gonna help the town. But you take your little murderers and your little criminals that you pardoned and your wisdom of the ages and justice, and you take all your little advisors that weren't even here in the town, don't know what's going on, and don't care about what's going on, and you just continue to take your little power play and run the town like you want. And I hope your parents are okay.
I hope they are too.
You haven't seemed to be much care of it because you're in charge.
I mean, I was placed in charge just recently, but that doesn't
You weren't
necessarily mean
placed
that
in
I
charge.
want. Actually, Lord Greyheim did put me in charge. I will
News to
unstrap.
me, but I
Well,
guess
I
it's news
haven't
to
had it.
everybody, probably.
Say again?
I said I guess it's news to everybody, probably.
I haven't had the opportunity to even explain any of this. We've been back for a minute.
Yep, back for a minute. Lord and orders, Lord and forbiddness. With your little murdering wiggly finger.
Who murdered who? What? Who murdered who?
The one you pardoned for murder. And now he seems to be your loyal messenger running around telling everybody what to do.
I was trying to prevent you from being dead. If we're going to organize something to go down there into those tunnels to check it out, we're going to
You
organize.
respect me, but you don't respect me.
I respect you enough to not want you dead.
Are you dead?
No, but I've been close.
You were in the tunnel, weren't you?
Yes.
So, you're in the tunnel, and you ain't dead. But if I go in the tunnel, I'll be dead.
If
So
you
that
go in the
doesn't sound
tunnel by
like respect.
yourself, I just
I got
said
better
a second.
chances of surviving by myself down there than taking a bunch of people in armor clinking and clanking all around while I try to sneak up on some bad guys looking for a way into our town.
Well, that's part of the reason we're putting up that gate.
That takes time to build. You could have a whole army walking right down that tunnel right now, and nobody's going to know it till they're peeking at the gate going, hey, nice woodwork.
So are you suggesting I should place guards? Which is something we have been talking
I'm
about
not
already.
suggesting nothing. It's not my job. But you can check with your little wiggly finger advisor and see what he thinks. He might tell you a good story about it, and he might sing you a little song to calm your nerves, and then he might cast some mind reading magic on you, and then you'll start frothing at the mouth and die. But But he, I'm sure, can advise you just fine.
I am not well versed in how that kind of magic works, but
You can pardon him.
but
know
I
either.
am very certain that he can't cause somebody to froth at the mouth. I mean, we all saw that he chewed on a poison. I believe that's what happened, right? Okay.
None of us saw it. None of it was pointed out. He is the only person who had that information. Never did. Just point that.
Point of order, Matt. My character was there. I saw it, and I actually said.
No, you didn't. Ian was the only one who made the roll, and he never said a thing.
Correct, but I did say that I witnessed it also.
The only thing that we witnessed was he wiggled his fingers, read his mind, and he died.
I
Ian was the
understand.
only one that saw the poison pill.
Right, I understand that's what was seen by the characters. I am telling you that my character lied and said he saw it. I just wanted you, because when you're reporting to her that nobody else said that that's what happened, my character agreed and said that that's what happened. Whether he saw it or not, I said those words.
No, the pill was never brought up.
Well, it doesn't. However, you guys want to do the perspective parts. This is a conversation
Yeah.
between Thulsa and Lady Carowin. However, he wants to stand on his pedestal. Let him stand on the pedestal to his beliefs. Because obviously, we're not having a tribunal right here. You guys aren't allowed. You're not really given a chance to defend yourselves. So, it is his point of view, his perspective, and his accusations. And it is up to Jen, through Carowin, to decide how she wants to merit him.
So, you brought your new sheriff, you brought your new advisors, you removed me as captain of the guard for your militia, you've taken over command of the militia, so there's really nothing left for me to do. And
That
if you're
wasn't
not
me
gonna
at all,
let me do
Bob.
my job, then I'm
Sir
just
Murray
not
did that well before I. That was all on Sir Murray and Greyhind before we even went to Greyhind. I didn't
the only
remove
thing
you
Sir
from
Murray did
anything.
was put me in my house because he didn't trust me, which is fair because he shouldn't have trusted anybody who came to the town until he figured out who was who and what was what.
But I didn't remove you, as you handily pointed out a couple of weeks back, as I didn't have the ability to remove you.
Yet you did. You took command of all the militia, ordered them into battle, arrayed them into battle how you wanted them, organized them how you wanted them on the field, didn't ask me to help, didn't ask my advice, didn't ask me to lay out any orders. So, you've gone out of the way to prove that I'm not needed as in either of my positions in this town. So, I'm just going to come and work my family farm and raise my horses, and you can run things the way you want and how you want.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Buy a
that-
horse? A little low on money because I haven't been paid in a few months.
I understand. I came straight from having spoken with, going to the basement, speaking with Ian, and seeing that there where there was once 2 tunnels, there's only one. I haven't even had time to go to the treasury. What's left of it. So it's not like I have this on me.
I'm not saying you have to pay me now. Just saying I
Okay.
expect it to be delivered to my family's ranch.
Okay.
Just on a fortnight information for you, Jen, you could call for an even state of a time frame on the money owed, because he will owe taxes, and he doesn't have a job now. Just to put it in perspective. You're a noble lady. I just want to put things in perspective.
Who was once a mercenary? That's bitchy.
Didn't say it was nice. Just letting you know you have a toolbox.
any particular time that you need this by, Tulsa?
Oh, I haven't had it for months. Just expect to be paid.
Alright.
Or are you saying I'm not going to get paid?
As I said, I haven't even been down to the treasury, and I'm certain that Murray's had his fingers in it. I don't know what's going on with anything. I literally just got back in town and went to a fight. I haven't even had a chance to bathe yet. I don't know what is going on. I will pay you if that is what you insist upon. I'm just saying is I'm not going to do it today.
Well,
I doubt I'm going to be able to do it tomorrow. I didn't catch what you said.
I'm just saying since the steward ain't been around, ain't nobody been paying my bills. Ain't nobody been paying my arrears.
If the steward hadn't emptied the coffers when all of us weren't looking,
I was getting paid when he was around.
so is that what this comes down to?
No, this comes down to you taking over leadership of the militia, so I don't need to do that no more. You putting other people in charge, telling me what to do. I don't need killers and murderers and wiggly fingers telling me what my job is or isn't. You not telling the people of this town the danger they're in, let them go on without knowing. And then bringing other people in to replace me.
Who's replaced you?
This Starlock guy?
Oh, he's not replacing you.
Oh, yes, he is. He's even got paperwork.
He is most certainly not the sheriff. Or the constable.
No, he's over me. Or was over me. Pointed out to me.
A handsome young knight comes down your pathway, who seems to be approaching your conversation. You do not recognize him.
If you're not going to let me do my job, then I'm going to stop doing it. Because you got other people to do it, other people want to do it, and other people tell me how to do it.
Also, I value your insight and your ability to see things from a perspective that not everybody can or will.
Dear cousin, I'm sorry to interrupt, but you are needed for some matters on the west side of town.
I can't catch a break today. What kind of matters?
I think it has something to do with the defenses with Sir Murray has been preparing. I think he wishes to have your input.
My input. That's a first. Okay. See, Thulsa, you're not the only one whose roles have had to change and the expectations have changed. And to be completely 100% honest, I never wanted this. But as soon as I can figure out what we owe you, I will settle your debt, or my debt to you. Good day. And I will follow my cousin, wearily follow my cousin.
He goes, you have a debt with this man, cousin?
Hey.
How much?
I don't know off the top of my head. He just resigned apparently as the town constable.
Curious. He reaches in and pulls out a purse. He throws a jangled amount of coins at you, Thulsa. Rather coldly. I think that will cover his funds. Now, to our more pressing needs, cousin.
She will quietly give Thulsa a slightly apologetic look and then wearily walk away.
As you're walking away, as intriguing as your cousin is, he goes, So, who was that guy important for some reason?
Like I said, he I guess was the constable. He feels that between Murray coming in and then Starlock coming in, he feels that we have no need of him anymore. He feels replaced. He feels, and he's not all that keen or versed on any, how do I put this, any magics outside of the healing arts from the temples.
One of those backwatered warriors. You'll run into him all the time.
I'll spread my hands and kind of spin around and go, look around you, cuz this is a backwater.
Trust me, I know. But it is the wild frontier. It is the reason I came out here, to aid you. It is where all the adventure is, the action, and some of the glory that we'll be needing to put against my name. But you're going to get a little bit of that with such nobility and grace of Greyheim coming here, and people see you more of that nobility now. So, sure, I'm sure he's a little bitter. He's paid off now. Pay no mind. We'll take care of the rest of the militia, I'm sure. There are more willing people who want to serve you, I'm sure, cousin.
You gotta remember, this isn't Greyheim. Trying to find somebody whose job and heart are in the work honestly is difficult.
I'll make sure to put in my request for you as soon as I send a letter back home, cousin. And with that, you're going to walk to the rest side of the town. Alright, Ian.
After they leave sight and sound distance, I'll go, Tulsa will go pick up the coins.
Okay.
And we'll figure out how much he actually makes, and he will take only the amount that he is owed, and then he will return the rest to Lady Cadell.
Okay.
With a receipt.
Okay. Alright, Ian, you have a task, I suppose, or do you wish to continue to do what you want to do?
No, I need to go and retrieve the lantern, but I am going to clean up the dining room first.
Alright.
There's nobody around, right? Like, if I go up there, there's no... Other than, like, maybe the maids.
Yeah, no one's really paying attention to you. No one really wants to engage
Right.
you guys, really. You guys
Good.
are pretty rough individuals.
Good, then I'll just grab the stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I'll probably go put it in Carowind's bedroom. In a corner somewhere for right now. Just so I think it's safe.
Okay, as you get
I'm
there,
gonna go back
one of the
down.
guards goes, excuse me, where do you think you're going with that?
Look, I just need to put it somewhere. Like, where
If
it
there
can
are
be safe.
weapons in armor, there's an armory in the estate.
Yeah, I don't know where that is.
Hold on. He flags another guy down. He goes, would you take this guy to the armory? He's just gonna drop off stuff there. Listen, they're doing weird things right now. Just get him out of the room. He's not going in the ladies' room. Good point. Follow me.
Okay. I'll have to drop it off in the armory.
Okay.
Except for the longsword, I'll take that with me.
Alright.
And then I will start headed towards my house or wherever I live.
Okay.
Am I gonna meet Yandro on the way?
Nope.
No. Alright.
Unless you're trying to look for him.
No, I'm gonna go get the lantern and finally retrieve my armor,
Okay.
and then I'll head back and look for Lady Carol.
Alright.
Hey Ben,
Yep.
can I add something to the exchange that we just had?
Sure.
Before she gets out of sight, out of sound, etc., can she pause for a second and then turn around and kind of trot back to Thulsa and say,
you would, your cousin would tell you that it's not what you need to do,
okay,
and he would stop you unless you try to insist otherwise. He has a very particular mindset, and he doesn't think you should do it, and insists that you continue to do what they need to do. He
knows this land better than anybody.
Well, you do know, I'll let you know, he is very noble-born. And he's a lot of the things that you did not want to grow up as.
True. You know what? I'll be nice and crass. And I will shout, Thulsa! Defenses! You want to come help?
I think there's your answer, cousin. He'd rather hide behind his walls.
She does let out that big sigh, and then she'll turn around and walk away.
Okay. Alright. Pretty much everyone's pretty well scattered around. We have a lot of loose events kind of going on, more or less. So, I'm going to... We want to advance some time. I want to get about a few weeks going in. So, I will start with Ash. Kind of move up, and we're going to kind of do a bunch of little events. If anything's kind of particular, we'll try to jam it in very quickly and things going on. If you guys have a little interacting encounters you want to kind of do, that you just kind of want to push in each other, we can do it in the chat. So the story kind of moves itself a bit, and then we can try to position ourselves to be as a more major event kind of happens to kind of call upon the heroes of Wellshire. So, Ash, as what type of task are you trying to get accomplished for Wellshire? Some individual stuff, and then anything that is involving another player character.
Would like I said, with getting the summer court worked in with the White Elf Knights, and trying at some point I'm gonna have to find out that Thulsa quit. See if any of the White Elf Knights are capable scouts and get them matched up with Michale. Basically just concerned with the defense of the town. Try and keep my fingers in every pot and try and stay busy properly.
If I can toss in just a thought here, Art, I think because the Fae and their particular inclinations as Michale would understand them, it might be better to have them work with the Foxes so they actually help take over those scouting duties as I'm trying to build up additional scouts. And that, because I already have a good relationship with the new marshal, I think what I can do is I can communicate with him in that way, and that way you can focus on other elements. But because you know them, you can get them with me, and then I can work on integrating the remnants of the Foxes with the White Elf.
All right, I'm gonna tie you two in together for a second. You will know that the Elks are not particularly better scouts than you normally used to. However, because you're trying to integrate the summer unit, I will need, Ash, for you to do a persuasion check for me, please, first. To see where this sort of starts to develop.
Do I know I'm going into this? Because I can
Yes.
actually make my persuasion better.
Yes.
I would give myself proficiency in performance, so
Sure.
persuasion. So I'm just going to add 3 to the roll that I roll. Which I needed because it becomes an 11.
Okay, yeah. So, you really try... Basically, what you get out of Murray, and what's going on with that, there's just a... They kind of feel that the summer unit is really unpredictable. It doesn't really offer their type of combat technique. You know, more armored abreast, being able to take a rush. They seem to be very loose. And in a way that kind of works for this situation where they would push you to Mshale and the two of you kind of help collaborate and maybe get a couple of those guys now linked up with the foxes that he needs. So
yeah, I'm fine with that. I just was a matter of making sure the proper channels have been followed.
So what you guys can do now is between yourselves, Levanika has the 3 foxes, you have the list of the summer unit, have one of them to be the buddy that he is desiring for his fox. So that will help you occupy that. Now you said you wish to deal with Thulsa?
Let me go through the little stuff first before I get to the big thing.
No worries.
I would be trying to find a place for Yujiro to set up his own temple for the Raven Queen. Our temple has been for 5 gods. I'm not terribly comfortable with adding a 5th god who claims to be the god of death. But I would encourage him and try to find a proper place for him.
Okay.
Even if it's just a shorn.
Give me an investigation check.
Investigation?
Yep.
I'd let somebody else do it. Let's see what the roll is. 3.
Ow!
All right.
I got a +0.
Yeah, you're definitely half-hearted about this. You'll be pushing it, and I'll see what it goes from that as a notation. And anything else?
And I guess at some point, do I ever see Thulsa around town at all?
Yeah. I mean, he's got to get groceries and stuff.
Thulsa will be around the town a lot more than that. He'll be going business to business, house to house, doing things.
Well, what would he be doing as I approach him?
To the casual observer, he's basically just checking in on everybody.
I'm not a casual observer.
Well, he's definitely talking with people, different business owners. His activities, as Ben is going to get to me, are going to be basically working into the creation of a mercenary unit.
Okay, so I can get that sense as I watch him talking to somebody, right?
Right, but he's not. He's going around the town talking to people. I don't know what Jen's plans are as far as where she's going in her announcements to the town, but Thulsa's definitely going to be letting people know what's going on as much as he's aware, telling everybody, make plans for evacuation. He's going to be talking to people about, services for his needs of setting up a mercenary company. It's basically going to be a horse company.
So at some point, I would find time to ask you, I would put it bluntly, I've known you forever. What the hell happened?
What do you mean, what the hell happened?
Why did you quit?
Well, for quite a number of reasons, but the majority of it is she is kind of going in a different direction than I was willing to work with, and then she forbid me to do my job the way it should be done.
So what direction would you like things to go?
Well, she's relying on unsafe magic users who kill people and not part of the circle.
So the magic of song has never been required to join the circle.
True, which is why I was willing to let him do magic until he killed somebody with it, and then I put him in jail and she pardoned him.
I don't think he killed him. If I remember correctly, when I checked the body, it looked like poison, and I don't know that he magically poisoned him. Nonetheless, I don't think he poisoned him. It's not in his nature. And that's neither here nor there. You're important here. everybody trusts you. Everybody looks to you for leadership, especially the town guards. They all like you. They all follow you. Just because she doesn't trust a few, if she likes a few people you don't trust, doesn't mean you should give up on the town. And forming a mercenary company is in no way going to help this town. Mercenary companies
It's going
charge
to help
money.
in a way that I can help.
You can help in other ways. Without trying to form a mercenary company and charge the town for your services, which I assume is what you would do.
No,
It's a
I would
mercenary.
charge the town. But,
Well then, where would you make your money as a mercenary?
well, I'm hoping to sell horses like we've been doing.
Then that's not a mercenary company, that's horse sales, which your family's done forever.
Right. But that would be to fund hiring my own soldiers to do the work that needs to be done.
How about you just work with the soldiers that are here? They're knights of Greyhound. They're people that you can trust.
I know, I asked them to come here.
You asked what?
I was the ones that asked them to come here.
I know. You did so without talking to anybody else either, which was shocking. No one knew that you were going to send that note. Would have been nice if you chatted with me. Maybe we could have figured something out rather than have the knights show up out of nowhere.
I needed a justice. I didn't know the knights were going to come, but I needed somebody who could mete out justice, and I requested a magistrate, and I also requested a seer to figure out what's going on with that magic circle. I was trying to get you some help.
Well, they got us a seer, and they didn't feel a need for a magistrate, so they sent knights. And then they gave Lady Carowin the power that she was...
I didn't ask for knights. I asked for a magistrate because Lady Carowin, being as young as she is, doesn't have the training to preside over a tribunal or anything, so I asked for assistance.
You didn't talk to anybody about it.
Art, just
And now
one
you
thing I
wonder
want to...
why you're looking.
I just want to add one thing to help with this conversation is Simeon de Frey is more or less your objective voice of Greyheim.
He'd be like he wouldn't be a magistrate, but
he's above a magistrate because he's noble born to a house.
Oh.
It's like if you're looking at the houses and their constructions, being of the great houses, he is someone of considerable worth. He's not just an officiate who was presented down here. By sending de Frey, this is information for you. By sending de Frey, the Lord of Greyheim has pretty much is enforcing the Cadell ownership of the land and backing that bloodline. So he's kind of uniting a de Frey house to the Cadell house, which they are bloodline, to establish what is needed in Wellshire's chaotic situation. I'm not knowing exactly the full elements that are there, but above a magistrate is definitely a nobility bloodline of the house. Thulsa does not know who Simeon is, so he's not unaware of his arrival because he has not made it a presence now.
So I would tell him that. I would say, well, they sent a noble from House de Frey to legitimize all this. They gave Carowin the right to rule all this. You got everything you wanted, but you quit anyway.
I quit specifically because I was forbidden to do my job, but it's been building for a while.
So what do you intend to do?
Anything I can to help the town. But where Lady Carowin took over command of the militia, cut me out, and where Lady Carowin has other people to run the town guard and the town deputies, cut me out, and then forbid me from doing my job, and is relying on the wiggly finger murderer to give me orders. I'm not in a position to want to work for her.
Well then come work with me. You've always been a devotee of Cross. Join me in the temple. Work as the temple. Don't try and build your own forces. You and I can work together, working from the temple. There are warriors who worship Cross. And You could take up the mantle of Tyr. You don't have a Tyrian priest. You want someone to judge? Take up the mantle of Tyr.
I don't mind that Lady Carolyn is judging people, but she doesn't have the wisdom of time to mete out justice. That's why I requested magistrate.
We have a noble who is as young as her now, so age doesn't matter. This whole situation is aging us all, giving us more wisdom than we've ever thought we had.
I'm not disputing anything. I asked them to come here to help out. They came and helped out. But Sir Murray doesn't have any need for me just because he didn't trust anybody when he got here. And I get that. I wouldn't trust anybody coming into a town I've never been to before. This had nothing to do with everybody coming here. This has to do with Lady Carolyn being the noble that she is, not telling the town the danger they're in and preparing anybody for it. We've had 4 or 5 creatures all come and attack and kill people without any warning, and nobody's even aware that that might happen. We have Lady Carolyn running the militia and putting people in danger because she's having archers fight hand to hand, and she's having the swordsmen run out into the woods without any kind of ranged weapon to catch things coming at them. She doesn't know how to lead people, but she's giving orders, and she's not asking me to give orders as the captain. She's just going right over my head and starting yelling out orders. She's not asking the warriors how to arrange to be a warrior. She may be a good fighter, but she ain't a captain and a leader, something I've been doing for a couple of years now. She doesn't want me. She wants a position. She wants somebody to do what she wants. She wants somebody to follow her.
Look,
but she doesn't want me to do the job that I was doing before she got here to this town.
I think Carolyn has been put in a difficult position and rose to the occasion.
Lady Carolyn has taken a difficult position. Because when she found out her parents were trapped in that magical spell, she could have asked for help, but she didn't. She just decided to do the job. And I didn't mind her deciding to do the job because that's her right as their kid. But she didn't really consider the other jobs that people are doing or have been doing and asked them to keep doing it. In fact, today, she just forbid me from doing my job.
Look,
or the other day.
I trust in what Carolyn's doing. I trust her heart. Her heart's in the right place. She's been gone a long time. She's learning everything on the fly, and she's done a damn good job of it so far.
And I'm not saying nothing, except I don't agree with the way she's been doing it, but I don't disagree that she can do it how she wants. I'm just saying I can't work for her.
All right, well then don't work for her, but don't go creating another group of soldiers. Either go to Sir Murray and work for the Whiteout Knights, or come to the temple and work with me.
If I go to Sir Murray, he's going to stick me out in the wood away from the town. He's going to use me as a guard or just a soldier. I can't be here in town helping out.
You're uniquely positioned. If he did not take those skills into consideration, you would be wise to bring your friend, who is a priest, across to say, hey, if we want to protect the town, maybe we should have the guy in town that knows it. Don't just look at the negative of everything right away. We can do this. We need you around. We need you to help keep the city militia in high spirits. Seeing you gone is not going to help. Creating another group of soldiers is not going to help. So, I'm going to leave it at that. I just ask you not to work at cross purposes to everybody in town. I know your heart's in the right place. You don't have to work with Lady Carolyn. I'll work with her without hesitation. That should tell you something.
I'd work with her if she asked me to work with her. But she doesn't want me to work with her. She wants to give me orders.
Well, she is noble. So I used my only option, which was to quit, because
that's the only freedom I got.
Okay. I've said my piece. You, obviously...
We've been best friends for years, and you know I'll do everything I can to help you do whatever you do.
I appreciate that. So just pick a path and make sure we're all on the same wavelength here.
All right.
Sound good? I'm gonna go back and do my thing and stop monopolizing the path.
Okay. Tyros, what would you like to do? I have some of the notes that you're trying to do.
I need to go find Yajiro.
Okay, you will find him.
I found Yajiro. Yajiro, I've been thinking about your offer to join the Raven Queen and learn a little bit more about her doctrine, and I think I'd like to join.
Really?
I'm wondering if she'd be able to do a few things for me. I have some items that I'm wondering if she would be able to imbue some power upon.
I mean, I don't really know. It's up to her, I suppose. Basically, you're coming to her with requests without actually being...
I mean, she's come to me and asked for me to devote myself to her. I don't really know where I should.
So you're saying that you do want to devote yourself to the Raven Queen?
Well, I agree with her teachings. I'm wondering if she might be able to help me out a little bit. Previously, she had offered to potentially help out with Brit, but I'm thinking that Brit would be best left to rest. She's been sitting for a while. Maybe there's something else the Raven Queen could offer.
Yeah, I think the time has elapsed on being able to bring Brit back into this world, unfortunately.
Exactly.
So, would you be willing to change the land for the Raven Queen? You are a druid.
How would you like to see the land change?
Fantastic question.
Fantastic question. Give me a minute while she types out the answer.
Yeah, I mean, really, she should have told me this beforehand, but, you know, God's in their ways. So...
She was busy talking to someone else.
Right. She had to get back to me. So you're a druid. You're a caretaker and a shapeshifter, and you'd be willing to do these things that you naturally do.
I can enrich the land. Yeah, if there's areas that need enriching, that's something I can do.
That's a weird way to phrase it, my lady. Like, and that could also make me look really bad, which I'm not certain is the goal here. Okay. Simple blood shedding, not a... The original way you phrased it kind of scared me a little bit, like maybe I should secure him in the middle of town, and that doesn't sound great. Okay, so Tiroth, obviously she needs something from you in order to be of help to you.
Fair.
So, would you be willing to come with me to the center of town, and I will have you do just a small bloodletting, just a slit of the hand.
Just a little one,
Yep, just a little one.
with the purpose being.
To show that you are willing to shed blood for her, so she knows you are committed.
Easy. Alright. I'll follow you.
Okay, you're in the center of town. And Shali,
Please.
by weird chance, you are there.
Please just present your hand to me. And I draw my sword.
I'm watching this.
Oh yeah,
and
your passive perception just can't miss things like this.
I know.
Hold on, I'll make it more realistic. I have a katana here.
Phew, yeah, cut. There it is. That's what's happening.
And
Blood is spilled.
He's doing it on his own. Yajiro's
No.
not.
Well, he offered his hand out. Yujiro pulls his blade.
Hands off camera. Here.
Yeah, that's how it looks.
Yep,
Oh,
there you go.
Awesome, Tyler. Awesome.
You gotta put your hand there.
I'm gonna give you inspiration just for that, because that's a great visual.
Oh, beautiful.
So, I will just lightly draw the blade across your head to make a cut, which I'm certain you can heal from.
In the direction.
So I'm watching this.
Yep.
I will make no offensive move, but I will certainly make, without sound, I will make some kind of movement with the intent of catching Yajiro's notice. And I will scowl at him with angry intent.
What is your passive, Yujiro?
Passive. 12.
He doesn't notice you.
I'm not super perceptive.
And he's very busy.
I will walk very close and walk behind Tyros so that I am in Yajiro's line of sight.
It's gonna take a moment to get there. Your passive is just so high. There's some distance to travel.
Yeah, I'm not trying to stop anything.
Okay.
I simply wish to, at the appropriate time, lock eyes and show angry intent.
All right.
I'm not
And
sure
then
why you would
And then
scowl at
and
me.
then I will walk away.
All right, Jeremy. He's bleeding on the ground.
And now, Tyros, swear fealty to the Raven Queen, and say it yourself.
Alright. With this blood, I show that I swear my fealty to the Raven Queen.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw, please. You feel a heavy amount of cold. You're chilly. You feel your stomach roll, and then all of a sudden you feel the brushing of 1,000 feathers cascading across your skin, and you've definitely known that you have now committed yourself to a greater being. Balin, as you're just hanging out, you feel your hair stand up in the back of your neck, and a warmth of something just good happening for, in around you for some reason.
Well, that was odd.
As you make your commitment, Tyros, all your spell slots are used up at this very moment. Magic seeps into the center of the town, and then from there, Yujiro, Mshali, Tyros are pushed back as the ground begins to take its shape. A structure of stone forms. 4 little small pillars. It's about 15 feet high, and then shaping in the center of this pillar, in a stone form, is a brilliant raven.
Mshale will dust himself off if he was knocked down by this, but from wherever he is, he's gonna get around and exit, like, away from the town square, and I will basically try to, I'll use whatever I gotta do to get to a rooftop position, and I want to look to see what's happening with the birds of the area.
Okay.
Well, that was certainly unexpected. Then again, you are a much more powerful magic user than myself, Tyros.
I don't know if that was. I don't think that was me.
I'm certain that the Raven Queen used your magic to perform this miracle here.
Interesting. Very cool. I don't know if the town planners are going to be happy about it.
Yeah. I can foresee one particular person having an issue with this structure.
I think it looks pretty cool, though.
You could have warned me, milady. I do have to ask, if the Raven now watches the town of Wellshire, does that mean that you will apply protection? That is great to hear, milady. It's great to hear. Because I'm definitely going to have to explain this.
All right.
So, Tyros, I believe that you can speak to her now as needed, as she speaks to me, I believe. You could probably beseech her wisdom in the tasks that you had.
I'll give it a shot. Alright, out of game message here for a second. I'm genuinely trying to recall if all of your Raven Queen chat is over text, or if you always do your part out loud and Ben does the Raven Queen part over text.
Yeah, I always do my part out loud, and he does his part over text.
But by no means do you have to be as crazy as Zero and talk to yourself.
Yeah.
You might not get the answers he gets. Either.
Yeah, she may not actually speak with you like that.
I will let you know game mechanics wise that it's not going to happen because you're not a warlock, you're a druid. So if you look at the way Ash has to go through things, he has to prayer, he's got to kind of hope, there's a little bit more. Jiro made a bond with her, so that is why she is a heavy connection to what goes on. And to people who don't understand, he does sound crazy, but those that believe, he's a prophet.
Okay, so like these Minotaur horns that I want to enchant, like for myself, it would be more like set them up within like some kind of seance sort of thing and pray versus
Yes.
call you up and bring them to your desk.
Yes. And a lot of things, this raven statue that you created is the most druidic circle to her with your connection that point, which is part you and part her. So this is your bonding point to her in the center of Wellshire, I might add.
Oh, so this is like a druid circle
Yes.
statue. That's interesting. Very cool.
You're muted, Lee.
Can't hear you, Lee. You're muted.
The Raven Queen created a grove in the center of town.
But I want to make sure that you understand this is very the three of you now have distinct differences with the Raven Queen that are not going to be the same, but you are now connected through these blood oaths that you have made to her. And I will say that whatever her destiny or her plans that are formulating, you three now are the trifecta in it.
I think
Yes.
I think we're actually a good choice for the characters for her. I think.
All right, so you will put the horns in there. We'll see what happens, Tyros. There's nothing else you really kind of want to do, I take it, right? We may come back to you.
I'll sort of, I want to like bury them at the foot of them and whisper down a little thing into them.
Okay.
And hope that they come out a little bit more powerful than I put them in.
Gotcha.
What are you doing, Tyros? You look crazy.
Don't mind me. I got a little project going on here. Me and the Raven Queen are working on.
All right. Thulsa. Newly free. What are you doing?
Well, as I said, in the time frame, like when Ash encountered him, he would have been going around the town, checking in with folks, making sure they're aware that dangers are coming, worried about the attack that happened from Breckenridge, and making sure people are.
When you say
stockpiling supplies
danger,
and-
what is your intention for them in that type of response?
Well, going back to what I originally had the town guard doing was going to everybody quietly and making sure that if they heard the town bell, they were locking the doors. So reinforcing that whole like evacuation plan, emergency plan.
But you're telling them of the circle, though, right?
I want to, but I'm waiting for Lady Carowin to do that. So Jennifer said that there was some announcements she wanted to make.
Yep.
We're in that time frame
Okay.
where we're kind of, I'm not going to go ahead of what she's going to do kind of thing. So the intent is to reinforce make sure everybody's aware that if they hear the bell, they need to, have their emergency supplies. They need to have their doors that they can defend themselves with. And then once the nobility and leadership of the town tells the folks of the real stuff that's going on, then he will definitely make sure that people are safe as much as they can be with those dangers after they're announced. But he's going around talking to people, checking in, making sure everybody's safe, doing what he can. He's also using his skills to kind of ferret out the places where the lesser social elements are. As per his background, he can ferret out the places where thieves and criminals gather and hang out. And then we're looking for building connections to supply his, and again, against Art's conversation that's going to happen in there somewhere.
Yeah.
The intent is to make it a small mercenary company like his dad used to be in.
Okay.
That he can use to help support the safety of the town, and
yeah, I got that
on
part.
horseback he can be like a messengers and scouts and things like that, utilizing the family ranch.
All right. My question to you is: the soldiers are going to start coming up you, the militia. They want to know,
Right.
like the people that that served underneath the actual militia. What are you going to be telling them? As they ask about why you quit, and then what you're doing.
It's the same thing. Lady Carowin has taken it upon herself to lead her way and to not,
Will you tell them that you're making your own
utilize
group?
me as in my position, so that's why I had to quit. I can't work for her.
So you should think a lot of them should quit too.
No, I don't think anybody should quit.
I need you to make a persuasion
Although
check. Disadvantage.
Some of them would be approached to because they would be the people that would also be, useful as mercenaries.
Well,
Uh,
are you
some of the
telling them to
people
quit? Are you telling them to quit or not quit?
In general, no. I'm not telling them to quit. They still need to protect the town. The town still needs guards. The town still needs
Okay.
militia.
Persuasion check. Disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Because you quit.
Okay, we're gonna use our we're gonna expend a superiority die for commanding presence.
Okay.
I'm still your leader, but not your leader.
Yeah. Yeah. This is why you're making a check.
You still need to be part of the town. So, persuasion. Really, persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the old leadership skill when you need it?
Unless you feel like you're lying to them, it's either persuasion or deception. One way or the other.
No, there's no lie.
Okay, then I need persuasion.
Yeah. So, let's see. So, with disadvantage, the less roll is
13. Okay.
and adding the superiority die makes it a 20.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Okay. So in the normal part of things, there are two people that normally hang around the Old Wolf pub. Alan, who is a human, will, he's interested in helping out a bit. He feels that the town is in danger. He wants to help. And a guy called Frackle, a dwarf, will sign up to your mercenary group.
So that was Yaklin and who?
Alan, A-L-A-N, and Frackle, A-F-R-A-K-L.
Down at Frackle Rock.
Frackle Rock, yeah, man.
And I absolutely need Yolan to continue on as the house guard and supporting and
Okay.
his leadership in the militia.
Okay. All right, so you're pretty much doing that the whole time,
Yeah.
and I will move on to Jen again. Jen, Lady Carowin, you have your time frame. You've been part of Sir Murray. He is trying to defend the town. They have put most of the soldiers to the west side against Breckenvale, assuming that there might be more of an engagement. Of course, we will know it won't happen in the 3 weeks, but that is what Sir Murray is preparing for. He has left most of your unit, your forces of the town, internally remaining inside the town. He might recruit a fox here and there, but that's about as far as it goes.
Apologize if you can hear fireworks in the background. Somebody just started shooting them off and drove my dog.
Mongers?
Okay. So working on the defenses, and is he doing like a full palisade, or is he just doing like one area?
To the west side, he did build a watchtower, but it does not have any. There's no real walls yet built protecting the full of Wellshire. He is just kind of like putting up some palisades to constrict the town, like on the road. He's got the road still open. You can still go from the road straight to Breckenvale, but he's got it so it's harder to use the wood line of it without being engaged by his forces, because he's afraid about the numbers and getting swarmed. He knows he only has one unit
Right.
of elk knights, well, 1.5 units of elk knights.
Okay.
But that's just your basics. You don't really have to get too much more into that. He's a very
Right.
capable military commander. I want to free you up. You just know, I'm letting you know that's happening. You've heard where some of the forces are being used. You don't really have to hear a lot of those details too much either. It is more how do you wanted to address the town at some point, right? And inform them
Yes.
of what?
And I know that you've had some time go by in the course of the last couple of role plays, but I think Carowin would have wanted to basically get a good night's rest, make herself presentable, and then she probably would have addressed the town that next morning.
Yep.
Or like midday kind of a thing.
Yeah, no worries. Do it.
And I struggled to write out a speech based on a previous speech that I was gonna give before Murray shoved us all into carts and carriages
Sure
and said, "Get the
thing.
hell out of here."
Yeah. I mean, you can want to hit pointers. That's fine. You don't have to go through the whole thing. Like we're kind of moving things along.
Okay.
If you want to use
I
Ian,
won't
can.
read out the whole thing then. She will basically start off on a like a friendly note. My friends, people of Wellshire, kind of a thing.
Yep.
She'll explain about what we know, not in detail, kind of brush the surface of what we think that Winston was doing and Junior was doing, and how her parents have fallen ill, and that Thulsa, in his great wisdom, has sent for help from Greyheim, and then how Murray sent us to Greyheim to further explain our and sell our cause, if you will, is the way I'm going to put it. I'm not going to explain that we were on trial. I'm going to go to get more help. We were sent away. I'll introduce my cousin. That Lord DeFry has sent his son, my cousin, to assist. If you have any problems, please feel like you can approach him as easily as you could have approached me. I'll explain that as long as my parents are down and sick, that the Lord of Greyheim has asked me to lead in their stead until such time as they are well, and that's the way I want to put it.
Mm-hmm.
And then just because, towards the end of it, I will, when I explain that, I'll also explain that Lord DeFry has given me this sword, and I'll raise the sword, the green blade of House DeFry. And when I explain that Greyheim has asked me to lead, I'll say, by the power of Greyheim, because that's just fun.
I'm gonna give you inspiration for that.
Oh, cool. And and then I'll explain about the reason why when I explained about Winston and Junior, I would have also said we're also beset by an evil caused by them in the form of these beasts, and by all means, please continue taking shelter, and if you don't feel that you're safe here, that I would never begrudge you if you wanted to leave, but that as long as you're here, we'll do our best to keep you safe and to defend the town, kind of a thing.
Awesome. I was actually going to have you make you do a check at advantage until you pulled out the blade, so you pass. So the people are very much behind you. And from there.
Well, for what it's worth, I was gonna give her guidance beforehand too. I would have still given her a blessing.
Cool. Well, she would have used it if I had
Ben?
needed it, but the Greyheim blade is a showstopper right there. That's the deal.
Ben, I rolled a nature check, with a 21 to find some kind of plant that we could put on arrows, so the remaining foxes would be able to, as she does the finishing move, fire off arrows that would be lit and light green flame with a streak behind it.
Okay, cool. Beautiful. Impressive.
Fireworks behind her, creating fireworks behind her.
Wow. All right.
Exactly.
Jen, you went over the town, and I will say in the next few days, rumor has coming back to you that they're behind your leadership. You are now the Lady of Wellshire, especially with Simeon DeFry supporting you from House DeFry and Lord of Greyheim. You are. They believe that fate has it that they will be fine. The people are fine. They're working hard to recover a lot of things going on. They love the fact that the knights are now there. They see them as you're getting the feeling that Wellshire feels like it is a fiefdom of Greyheim, and the people are responding positive to that.
I don't want to undermine my own self, but so not to the common folk, but anytime any of my friends or anybody with rank, if you will, tries to call me Lady Carowin, I will immediately correct them and say pro tem.
M. Sally has always called you Lady Carowin.
He has, and I understood that. But if they try to put me at the same level as my father, I will try to insist that this is
Simeon will advise you very quickly that
Not to do that.
not yet. You need to. This is everything about the position that you need to maintain. People don't. The common people don't understand what you're trying to
not
do.
in front of the common folk. Like I said,
Oh, with the regular
not
friends.
not in front of the common folk.
Okay. That's something you're gonna have to role play out.
Right, and I probably will every single time.
Yeah.
we talk.
Okay.
Just because this is not.
If it's not in
She
front of the
doesn't
regular
want this.
people, yeah, you're
Right.
gonna have to role play that one out. Then I'm gonna leave that to each of the players then before I do anything.
So,
about it.
what is the title she's asking us to call her? Pro Tem Lady Carowin?
Lady
Cadell?
Carowin pro tem, because this is my dad's job. It's not my job.
Not
you-
that
He's gonna
Ash-
get better, damn it. He's gonna get better.
We'll work that out. Okay. Is there anything else you wanted to do? So now you have
That's
the
all I
the
got.
town. Okay. Is-
And just for the 24 hours, that, hang on, where has my feet gone? No, actually, yeah, I had a long rest, so, inspiring leader for that 24 hours afterwards. Everybody gets 9 temporary hit points.
yeah, they won't need it from there, but.
They won't need them, but I'm just saying it for
Cool.
nothing.
Was there anything you want to do with Ian with that lantern? Because at some point he would have returned with the mission you asked of him.
Yes, with Ian and the lantern, I wanted to thoroughly check the basement or that room.
Okay.
Especially, I wanted to take great care with that room, my parents' room, my room, Balin's room, and Tomas's room, and just maybe not as close check. I mean, I'm more interested in those rooms because that's my parents and downstairs is where we saw the runes, and then I saw the one thing in my room, and I mean Balin's here, Tomas is here, and I figured we'll check the rest of the place, but I'm not as interested thoroughly as just those major rooms.
The house
Maybe
is
Winston's.
Go
ahead.
with you and Starlock. The house is as it is. The ruins are there. You see them as they are. The missing tunnel is not revealed by the lantern. Like there's no other strange indication. There's no other indication that another tunnel would be created. The only thing that I'll say, as you look down a part of the tunnel, though, you will see the weird matrix type of abyssal ruins that go down the whole tunnel. Still, that is the only thing that the lantern will reveal to you guys.
So nothing new in my parents' room, nothing new in my room, Balin's
Nope.
room. Okay.
Well, would you have brought me along for that? Because I saw stuff I'd like to know too.
Yes.
Okay. So the weird ruins are still in the one tunnel that's open.
Yes.
And just as a point of fact, I would not allowed anybody to go very, very far down that tunnel.
Yeah, this
Like,
you didn't have
not
to
out
go
of sight.
far. It's literally like you just like the minute it like in the interior part, that's what you see, and that's where I'm saying is why what's his face there, Starlock is like, oh shit, like that's really that's pretty wild.
Okay.
How is the door coming to be put on there?
It will be built.
Hey, Ben,
Yes.
over those several weeks, in addition to any of those official duties, I will have better come to terms with my Balin situation, and I am genuinely happy for her and Larkin, and I will take whatever lead they provide publicly as far as what they are or are not, but I will definitely not be like
Hold on to that.
mugging him and all of that.
Hold on to
will
that.
Not be anything that I
We're
want
not sure exactly what has been expressed yet, so hold on to it.
Yep,
We don't know yet.
I'm just saying, I will
Yeah.
follow that lead.
Okay.
I'm just saying I won't be an impediment.
Okay. All right, Ian. You have turned the lantern on. I have now sent you things that you wanted to know.
Yep, I got him.
Okay. Was there any other thing that you're particularly trying to accomplish?
Probably just trying to stay out of Thulsa's way. Whenever
Yeah.
I see him like in an area, I'm just gonna go around.
Yeah, you got a
long
new
way.
title name, so that's definitely wise.
I don't know, not really. Just help out any way I can around town.
In what sense?
Man, I have no idea.
You're a bard.
I got
You can persuade
Yeah.
people. You can start rumors, or you can start facts. You can give information. You could build loyalty. You could do things on certain individuals. You can strike back at Thulsa and call him names, and that'll be part of what people say behind his back. Hey, I'm just throwing things out there.
No, I know, and I was like, oh, I could, but no, I'm not gonna strike back at Thulsa.
You can be petty. I'm allowing it.
Yeah, he's bigger than me. I'm pretty sure he'll just like kill me.
I'd even say you're encouraging it.
I am. He can fuck you up, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Once he finds out where the rumors come from. And he's pretty damn good at finding out.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm not gonna do it. It
Say-
seems like the town's behind Lady Carowin, so that's a plus. I do see what Tulsa's doing, but I'm not going to impede it if it's for the betterment of the town.
Alright, why don't you give me an investigation check, since you are kind of with the people trying to do some type of help.
13.
Okay. You will pick up that there is that the militia is divided.
About staying with the town guard or going with the Tulsa kind of thing.
Maybe, and you know, they have kind of, some of them are sort of following sheep that they may not fully believe in Lady Carowin, and that seems to have been going on for some time. Like Thulsa's impressions must have been more imprinted on a few others before, and that's a significant amount of them are there. And now remember, a few of them got arrested.
Right. I guess I'll try to persuade them to stay with what they're doing and support Lady Carowin, because that's ultimately what we need.
All
At
right,
least in my mind.
give me a persuasion check.
Can I use an inspiration?
Yes, you may.
What do I roll for the inspiration?
You can roll your whatever your inspiration on your bardic thing is. So roll your persuasion and then add that.
23 on persuasion.
Boom. So 23 total?
No. And that's another D6. So
25?
5.
Wow. All right, you feel like you got them motivated that the town can be made into something substantial and they have a chance to be known for it. And you feel like you might have swayed a number of them that were like not feeling it.
Okay.
All right. Shali, you've got your people moving. Now I've worked you a little bit with Ash. So some of your foxes seem to be ready to be paired with some summer unit. And you're kind of letting things kind of play themselves out. Was there any other thing that you wanted to do?
At some point, I did want to ask Larkin.
Okay.
About. I want to have a conversation with him, just like chat, and
Yeah.
At some point, I mean, I'm not particularly suave, so it'll be clumsy and fumbled and goofy, and then I'll finally blurt it out. I know my parents were taken to Spider City. I know that any means of people you may know are responsible.
Yeah.
At some point, I'm going to be given leave to go there. Can you help me with any information I need to know about the way there?
What do you mean? What do you mean you'll be given leave?
At some point, we're going to handle these matters here. And when this town is safe from this Zodiac, I'm going after my parents. Or my parents' killers.
You're not doing it alone, Shali, that's for sure.
I can't ask you to go with me, but I would ask if you can help me figure out the path.
I can help you get a team out there. That's for sure. Shali, the people that you're going after, it's called a network. It's not easy. I heard what you guys did in Breckenville before. And you guys stumbled up, and you guys got caught. They're aware of your guys' moves. The people you're going in before, like deeper than that, if you didn't stealth and got in there that secretly before, and the fact that they caught Balin, we need to train for this, buddy. It just can't be a one hero thing against these guys. And I have connections. But you make sure you get a group of people that we know that we can handle this. And that does mean a mage or two. And we sure in the hell are going to need a priest.
We are going to, or we do not need one?
We need one. These guys cast magic, Shali.
I have a priest that will join us when the time is right.
Alright. I take it you don't want me to tell Balin about this?
My guess is she will try to stop me, but no different than I would tell her. I would not stop her from doing what she felt was right. I hope she will give me that same leave.
I don't think Balin's going to stop you.
Keep no secrets from her.
The only thing about Balin is she might go with you. And that means I have to go with you.
I get the impression that one of the two of you, as soon as I was gone, was going to follow me anyway. So, I'd rather have you both with me, and then we'll protect each other.
Alright. Okay. Then I have a question for you.
Definitely. Yes.
I was dead, man.
Yes.
So how is it that I am now having a conversation with you?
Powers that I don't understand. And the kind of sacrifice I understand all too well. Make her happy, friend. Make her happy.
They say something
And with
about that.
I'm out. That's it. I'm not going any further than that.
Motherfucker. Alright.
I Batman the fuck out of there.
Alright, I'm giving it to you. Alright, Jeremy. What are you doing?
Pardon my language, folks. Sorry
I love
about
it.
that.
I love it.
Can I just say, I wish guys would fight over me like this in real life.
Right. Hey, there are a few of us left in this world.
Definitely, this is why we played the game. This is why we play the
Yeah,
game. All right, Jeremy, what are you doing?
Did I finish the cloak?
Yeah, in this time frame. Yeah, it won't take
you.
long.
See me?
Yep.
Alright, so I need to go check on the sigils.
Okay.
Make sure we're filling.
Okay. You basically will find out like I said, one of the tunnels is closed. You'll know. You already heard a lot of why that happened, so that will be laid down to you.
Okay. After that, I will probably go see Ian.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I'm on a roll right now, so
Go
I
for it.
think
Do it.
recruiting Ian would be great because he is Bard, and therefore he can spread the message even better than I can.
Uh-oh.
All right. Okay, you find him. I imagine he's kind of hanging out, at the old Wolf Pub. Why don't you guys go ahead?
Hey, Ian, what you been up to?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Did you take care of whatever it is you need to take care of when we got back?
Yeah.
And how's your fiery girlfriend doing?
Good, I guess. I haven't seen her much.
I haven't heard about her being around either. Like, is she okay? Is she gone?
She typically lays low because remember she's a full-blood mage and not really a Circle of Rose, and one of them is in town.
That's right.
You sort of bullshitted that
Kind of
she is.
hiding.
She sort of bullshitty is, but she hasn't quite wanted to answer Starlock yet. Now that you're in home base, so to speak.
Fair. So uncharismatic. So, Ian,
Yes.
you know that I serve the Raven Queen,
Yes.
and
this-
I've recently recruited, Tyros to her cause and Valen to her cause, and I'm really trying to help her restore the realm.
Yeah.
And you are great at regaling tales of mysticism and wondrous things and getting people to listen. And I think it would be fantastic if my best of friends here would also join the cause to be by the Raven Queen's side.
So, I guess, what would that entail? Other than probably getting my hand cut open and actively swearing fealty.
I mean, really, that's really all it would take. You would become the voice of the Ravens. That is your
Voice
what you
of the Ravens. Well, I like that more than Wiggly Finger Killer.
Who called you Wiggly Finger Killer? Was that
Also called
I
me
was gonna
that
say,
to my face.
you have to ask?
Man, Wiggly Fingers. He's really got it out for the magical imbued types.
He does, but it kind of got a ring to it. I think I could swing that in a positive light.
If you're gonna quote me correct. Wiggly fingered murderer.
Oh my bad. But killer sounds better.
So something that the Raven Queen could give to you would be that she could give you insight as to the lore hidden by the mist. I'm not sure what that is, but it sounds like it's something you've been seeking.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. Okay. I told you back last game that it really would be hard to get me to join up.
So, I don't think I have to go as far as, what I had to do with Tyros in order to make Tyros's connection with her stronger. For you, we need to shed your blood over your instrument in order to imbue your instrument.
Okay.
So if you would be so kind as to pull out the instrument that you use so frequently to tell your tales.
Pull out my loot and set it on the table.
As you do that, your mother comes by. May I ask
Maybe we should
what
do
the
it
two
in the middle of tap.
of you are doing with the weapon out?
I haven't actually drawn my sword yet, so
Okay.
she's getting ahead of things.
All right.
I
Or
didn't
hearing so.
realize you were so
You're at,
insightful,
I see you about to draw that then.
Mrs. Spire.
It's my son.
Maybe we should do this outside somewhere.
Oh, she knows us. We've been playing games like this our whole lives. It's just another game.
Another game. Then he is right. You are not bleeding on my table. I just rewatched and stated that.
Understandable. We'll
Thank
take
you.
it outside.
Thank you, Joe. All right, you're outside now.
Alright. So, I'll take my loot out, I'll find a barrel or something and set it on, and I go, well, if you're gonna cut me, and I'm gonna reach down to my side and pull out a long sword and hand it to you. I said, why don't you use this instead?
I think it'd be best if I used my blade.
Are you sure?
I'm 110% positive.
Well, you can. As far as I know, this one might be better than yours. Unless yours is special.
Highly doubtful.
Alright.
So, I'll draw my sword.
I'll just hold my hand out.
And I will cut his hand, the same as I have Tyros's valence,
Okay.
in order to shed blood onto the lute and the lute strings.
Wisdom saving throw, please, Ian.
Six.
Nice. This is all dark.
I dropped it.
No, you also feel it is like you just feel cold. There's a super chill. Your fingers feel numb. It's painful, like frostbite. As your stomach, you almost feel like retching. Your eyes kind of rolling as you're really struggling with what you're feeling through you. Then you also feel like 1,000 tickling of feathers over across your entire skin, even though you are clothed and armored. And then you feel the calm. Balin and Tyros, your hair stands up in the back of your neck. You feel good. Something was a good day.
Alright.
I'll put my hand on Ian's shoulder and say I'm very glad that you were so willing to become one of the Raven Queen's flock, Ian.
Yeah, me too. She seemed to keep you insightful, and I think we need more of that.
She helps when she is able, and the more people that pledge to her, the more power she has in the realm and the more she can help. So I think this is definitely a good thing.
As the voice of the Raven Queen, I will do my part to bring more people to our cause.
I expect no less, Ian.
All right, Jeremy, give yourself an inspiration. Stephanie, thank you for your patience. All right, so Larkin, of course, has been recovered. Everything seems normal. He gets back to work. As you guys kind of like move around the town, finding how things go. What would you do as, you know, a few weeks to kind of more or less gonna play themselves out?
Like, what would I do right now, or what I have done?
No, things that you want to do like in a 3-week span, like key elements that you think need to get addressed for Balin to, you know, you don't have to. I don't want to put. I mean, if you want to stay undercover, because I know that's Balin's kind of MO, but you could still like investigate things. You can work on other things with Larkin or Shale, however you want to play the love triangle, anything you want to do.
Well, let's let the love triangle burn for a bit. Let's draw that out, because that's just fun.
Yeah, that is.
No, I want to have like a one-on-one with Carolyn.
Okay, let's do it.
Check-in. So.
All right, you'll catch her at the estate after she's you know, had a few days. She's actually had a bath, so she's in a better mood.
We appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Don't we all?
So I would just kind of walk into whatever room it is that she is in, just kind of like sitting there, like, so how have you been?
You know, busy. Building, overseeing palisades, kissing babies.
Well, the general been better, been worse kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you find me, I'm actually in my parents' room, and I will have been reading a book to them.
So how are they doing?
Same old auntie and uncle, right? Same, I guess.
So, I mean, how are you doing with all the changes and stuff? Falsa doing his thing and whatnot. I'm sure that kind of put you through a tailspin.
I never wanted this shit. That's why I freaking left. But now I love my parents. I want them back up and on their feet in part, so maybe I can go back to doing what I used to do. Not that anybody's gonna ever let me do that ever again, but I did not want this shit, and certainly not at this expense.
I mean, if you want my opinion, whether you do or don't, I'll tell you.
I know.
You know, he talked about wanting to go in these tunnels, and he wanted to do this, and he wants to be a hero. Let him be a hero. Not saying it's gonna work. I mean, look at what happened to us. But he doesn't want to believe what happened to us. Let him live the life of a hero then. He's so hell-bent on not doing things your way, or wanting to do things your way, or whatever, and how things were so good before, but wasn't he kind of in charge when your parents fell ill? I say just let him dig his own grave. I mean, I know he doesn't work and he resigned and whatever, but I mean, how many times have people have we seen talk a big game and their game ended up being over? That was an analogy for dying, by the way.
I picked that up. Hang on. This is Jen asking a question. Tulsa's parents are still alive. Yes, no?
That's a Matt question.
Matt?
Mother's still alive, working at the ranch. Yeah. Father
Okay.
died years
Okay.
ago.
Back in character. That's the... I never wanted, nor... I don't want to be the one to have to go to his mama and tell her that she's got to bury her son. He might dig his own grave, but I don't want to be the one, I don't want to hand him the shovel, and I don't want to have to be the one to tell his mom.
You weren't handing him the shovel. He willingly wanted to go. If anything, you tried to take the shovel away from him, but he had glue on his hands. I mean, in all honesty, I don't have a horse in this race. I don't really care. I'm not from this town. I bet you will. But as someone who knows you and has seen how things are, you're not going to convince somebody who is hell-bent on something. Fun fact, like me. So, I wouldn't hold too much weight on how you feel over his decisions. Now, if he goes to badmouth you around the town, then yes, you can be upset, and I might or might not, but probably will do something, but we won't talk about that right now.
There are times, Phelan, and I love you so, so much. There are times when you need to stop 2 steps before you stop talking.
No.
I don't need to know this.
I didn't tell you what I would do.
No. But now it's there, and it's in my head.
You know I've done shit. Are you really that surprised? Come on.
No, but there's that, what do they call that, I'm not good with words. That plausible,
Deniability?
that thing.
Well, fun
That
fact,
thing.
again, fun fact 47, you're my blood cousin, so you're stuck inevitably anyway. I mean, in the great words of this long time ago person I heard, I believe his name was Aladdin, you're only in trouble if you get caught.
Who is this Aladdin?
Someone I met on my travels a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if something was to happen, I would defend you, just so you know. But circling back, I wouldn't put so much weight on your conscience for whatever he chooses to do. He's a grown man. He can do what he wants. And like I said, your parents fell sick when he was in charge. And he was supposedly watching over everybody. Nothing happened on his watch. That dude's watch was broken, apparently. I'm just saying.
I know.
Well,
You know what? I think tonight. I think.
Are you drunk?
I was gonna say, do you want to go find Dad's liquor cabinet?
the lock is already broken, by the way. Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
What?
So you have a good night, easing the Lady of Wellshire in her torment of the land. Was there anything else you wish to accomplish? Do you want to talk to?
Not too much. I'm kind of laying low.
Okay.
Because kind of been through a change. Don't understand it. Just
Yep.
like women do. So yeah.
Okay.
But I'm just outside of like connecting with Carolyn and casual talks. I mean, I might have checked in with Camilla, my little town friend, but
Yep.
nothing. More so just kind of keeping in touch and
Okay.
feeding her candy. And that's about it.
All right. She'll continue to be eyes and ears. All right. So everyone's kind of like done some things, moving around. More or less, the town is beginning to settle. Things seem to be flourishing. It seems there's no, few weeks have gone by. No sign of anything indicating on the circle, the Zodiac circle. Breckenville has not pushed anything at the moment either. So things are kind of relaxing. It is a Sunday.
What about the horns?
They're working on it. Things haven't quite changed to you yet. You have gone back.
They're starting to.
Tyros,
stink.
you've gone to the that raven statue. As you sit there and wait for enchantments to manifest itself into them, Ian finds his way towards you. To kind of feel pulled to the statue. Oddly enough, Balin, you also have just happened to be walking by as you're on to the way to the tavern. And you don't know why, but you were pulled to the temple. I mean, to the statue. Each of you touch the 4 pillars surrounding the raven subconsciously. You're all just feeling it. Then I need each of you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Five.
Nice.
16.
Okay.
20.
Nice.
18 for me.
Okay. Balin, you feel cold. Like touching this, the hair on the back of your neck puts a fear into you. You feel darkness. Real cold, death-gripping darkness. Ian, you also feel the same thing. It is just like the frostbite that you felt before. It is definitely close to this, but it's like grossly caressed of something as you feel this odd sensation coursing through you. Tyros and Yujiro, together, you feel like something in the land has like convulsed. It's like it felt its pain. Like a gash, a wound somewhere. It breaks into like the feeling in your heart. You feel sick to your stomach, Tyros. You feel like everything that you feel and love with nature and life, you feel death. You feel coldness coming. You feel this corruption and this twisting, and nothing can get the sickening sensation of that out of your stomach into your heart. Yujiro, you know something has come. You know something has made its way. And in your mind, on only your mind, Yujiro, you hear, he has returned. And we will call that tonight's session.
Dun dun dun.
Interesting. Who is he? I'm sure
There you go,
Ash
okay.
or Lee or Thulsa may know who is he.
Oh, Jen absolutely knows who he is.
Jen? What is Jen? Jen
please.
doesn't know anything.
I don't know nothing. All right, well, thank you very much. Let's see here. What do we got here for dates so we can get those that are following along with us?
Oh, wait a minute. Cass didn't send that motherfucker to this world.
Well,
did she?
we need to talk about this
Yes.
somewhere else later.
You
We're
know, I hated Cass
He
already.
said later.
And
He said later.
Later, later.
so much higher now.
Mute him, Ben.
Mute him. I can't mute him on Purple Board. That was the other program. All right, so we got what? We got the 11th, the 18th and the 25th. Started, I guess, obviously with Mr. Tabletop Journeys over there.
Hang on, let me grab my calendar.
Yeah, Ben, you can't send people to the other room in the online games.
I know, I can't. But you knew this was happening. It took me a bit. It took me 2 sessions to make this thing land, so this was
How many days
awesome.
we had?
So you're looking at the 11th, 18th, and the 25th.
11th is good.
All right, we are back on at the
You
11th.
have another. You have another game you're probably gonna have to do too.
Oh, for yeah. Well, this one's pretty solid. We'll just continue to work with this right now, and then we'll do Lich King. After that, Mr. Lewinicka's got to open his calendar up, so that's on him. All right, so we will see you, folks, for Old Ways of Spero to find out what our new Raven Queen followers are. We got a bunch of them now. This is awesome, Jeremy. This is fantastic. This is the one. This is probably the most fun I've ever seen a player do in recruiting in religion that I've ever been a part of. So, kudos to you, sir. I am thrilled with the way this is going.
Can I just say, throughout all of this, in my head, I kept hearing, "Excuse me, have you heard of the Traveler?"
Yeah, but he's doing some business, and
Right?
and I will say I already had the plan for the centerpiece that's going to go into your town. So
I was just gonna ask you. I'm looking for one to print right now. Do you have one?
I got one, baby. I found one earlier, and I was like, "Oh, this will be a
super
game
cool.
for the Raven Queen." So there was a reason why I was making Jeremy work, but and kudos for you. I had to give you inspiration for nailing Nate. That was awesome, and he was. Just put the alley up, buddy. I'm slam dunking this shit. We're gonna be buds. I like this. I like it a lot. All right, I want to end this session